All right, I've had a few people ask me how to breed sunflowers, so I wanted to do this tutorial. So first up, I like to use a cloth-style paper towel. This is Clonex brand. And what I'm trying to do right now, this thing's 8-9 feet tall, I'm trying to reach. Basically, you're just going to try to brush off pollen off of the flower head. And this is my male source of pollen in my particular experimental procedure. So I'm taking some pollen from the mammoth, and I'm going to transfer some of this pollen. I have some of these multi-stem flowers, sunflowers, and so I'm going to cross these. As you can see here, I think this is a chocolate variety. And as you can see, it's receptive to pollen. Let me explain what that means. So this is regular old flower anatomy, and normally on a flower you have the male portion called the stamen and the female portion called the pistil or carpel. And so the anther has the pollen, and basically the pollen needs to transfer from the anther to the stigma in order to fertilize the ovary and produce fruit. So with sunflowers, it's a little different. It's a much more simplified version of the flower. As you can see, there's a stigma, there's an anther. That bottom portion will have the pollen, and the basic idea is the pollen needs to transfer from the anther to the stigma. And so the reason I'm using the paper towel is because it makes it an easy receptacle to hold the pollen, but also release the pollen. And so the dry pollen is on this, and I'm able to transfer it from the mammoth to these other varieties. And of course, I'm probably picking up pollen. The thing is these aren't always receptive. As you see here, only the outside portion of that flower is receptive to pollen. The inner portion hasn't matured yet. Let me show you more examples of this. See, this one's already been fertilized. This flower it's no longer receptive to pollen. However, this one is receptive to pollen. And you can tell by looking at it whether or not it has anthers sticking out with pollen, and whether it's receptive to pollen. You can also just tell by touching it. If you touch it and you get pollen on your hand, it's probably receptive to pollen. You'll notice some parts of the flowers won't be receptive to pollen. Like right here in the center, it's not yet receptive to pollen, but on the outside edges it is. Let me show you more examples. So looking really closely, you can tell the center of this flower is not receptive to pollen, and you can kind of see this mason bee. He knows where the pollen is. And you can see pollen all over the place here. Mason bees make a huge mess and they get pollen everywhere, which is actually beneficial for making sure everything gets pollinated. And these things attract so many mason bees. So if you like solitary bees, plant these. All right, so just transferring pollen. So I admit that doing this, you're probably mostly pollinating the pollen present with the flowers that are there. But there is a chance of crossing, and so it's interesting to see what happens when you replant the product and see what you get. Hope this helps you to pollinate your sunflowers.